Freak Show, how you doing? Let's get down to business on straightening out these fools who are developing these games for us, that being Treyarch and Infinity Ward, but sprinkle in some Activision fault on there. Let's get talking about what most recently has happened within this game. Anyway, guys, thanks for clicking on the video. If you would, think about leaving a like, hitting a comment down below or something along those lines. It would be greatly appreciated. Today, we're going to be talking about this Season 1 push out for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, long listing name title, and of course, that involves the Cold War guns being implemented into Warzone. First things that kind of stand out to me just from the get-go is the way that these guns have been implemented into Warzone. Let's talk about Warzone for just a minute. The way that these have been implemented into Warzone have just been a copy and paste of putting down whatever's available in Cold War and allowing that into Modern Warfare Warzone. And it doesn't mesh up. It doesn't mesh up. The Modern Warfare guns are available to have these a perk attachment in which they can get like FMJ, or they can get a fully loaded type thing, etc., etc., etc. There's all sorts of different stuff. Frangible wounding, frangible disabling, that sort of stuff. And all of that is available for those guns, but you can't get them on the Cold War guns, which I feel like is really, really dumb. Just in the fact that there is a slot to just increase a certain stat or give a certain effect on your bullets. And if you do a Cold War gun, it doesn't have it. So that seems like those leveling, balancing, and overall meshing of the different weapons doesn't seem to be had right now. I understand that it is a big endeavor for them to have that happen, and there's a short time frame in which that could happen to keep people interested or keep people wanting to play your game. And so I can get that side, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel like it's balanced very well. But they got the guns in there. That's kind of what people were expecting and all that sort of stuff. But now let's get into the real tricky part of the implementation of certain things that have caused a major, major problem, which I think today has been corrected or changed or altered in the fact of putting these mini guns on the helicopter. So a helicopter used to have the 4 seats, right? You would have a driver, and then you would have 4 seats behind the driver for people to actually sit in and rotate through. They changed that up to where the helicopter literally only had 4 seats. It had a pilot and a co-pilot, and then it had 2 left and right minigun operators. That happened for about a day. And what was discovered is that if you fall down with a self-revive in hand, if you crash the helicopter and self-revive yourself while sitting in the passenger co-pilot seat and switching to a gunner seat as the plane is crashing or as the helicopter is crashing, and your hands go up to pull up the gun, if you self-revive out of that down state, you actually became invisible. Now, I don't know how well I've done about actually getting some stuff from different people having to fight invisible people or being able to see people become invisible and do invisible things, but what on earth is this? Now, luckily, Treyarch / Infinity Ward, whoever's controlling Warzone now, has removed that operation or that vehicle from the map and has put in the old one as of this morning. But that is mind-blowingly terrible. Not necessarily that it got into the game in the first place, but man, if they had left that in there where people could do this getting invisible trick or whatever, that is terrible, absolutely terrible. So thank goodness, and props that they actually moved that out and said, you know what, we know people were kind of excited to have this attack helicopter where people would be able to would not have to use their own ammo in order to shoot people out of the helicopter. People were it seemed like a pretty interesting idea. I thought it was going to be a little OP, but after playing with it for a little bit, it sounded like it was calibrated pretty well, that the minigun wasn't overpowered in the sense that if you got a helicopter, you're probably going to win. Plus, shooting people out of the helicopter, which you should probably be able to see on one of the clips that I have here, shooting people out of the helicopter was not that hard and not that ineffective in trying to win that game. But anyway, moving on from that, they moved that helicopter out, so props to them on that. But in the effort of moving that out, it seems that we have a remaining glitch that happens when you get your loadout, in which you get your loadout and then you are standing still and you are frozen and you can't look, you can't turn, you can't move, you can't do anything. But you can use your spray paint canister type thing where you can, you know, mark nothing because you're not looking at the ground. But anyway, that is now available as a glitch for you to be able to do, is get your loadout and then stand there for the rest of the game until you go into a down state / die. Fun times. Great job. Great job. So with the avenue of season 1, there are definitely issues that come through with season 1. I will hopefully be making another video in the short future in which we will be analyzing different maps, the different things that have brought about with season 1 and what I think about the season 1 in general. But I just wanted to sit here and rant about how stupid some of this stuff is and how often we have to deal with this over and over again. Just thinking about it, like the Juggernaut replication glitch that never got fixed from my understanding. I don't know if season 1 had addressed that in any way, but they just let people get a full team of Juggernauts, and then it's like, you know, like what's the point in playing this game anymore? Like we had a time when you could put a car into a certain area of the map and it would crash the server. We had people flying underneath the map in helicopters. I mean, thing again. I know that's a really, really long time ago, but just thing again that never get addressed, never get done anything. The only thing that they do is they put in a new gun that's extremely overpowered, forcing you to have to pay to get it, or for you to have to actually, and it just, it seems like every single turn that the company is making or doing has been a wrong turn, and it's been very frustrating, especially as a fan or wanting to actually play the game, to actually keep playing it just because of the fact that there are so many problems and issues that keep arising, that keep being allowed to happen, and it never gets addressed. And so I'm not sitting here wanting to say a boycott, but I personally feel like I won't be playing too much more of it, especially with the introduction of like Cyberpunk coming out, and then there's Valhalla that I'm playing through. There's a couple of different games that I've really, really enjoyed so far that I want to keep playing. I know that my first impressions of Cyberpunk weren't all that great, but after playing through the entire story, I could actually get behind that once a lot of these different issues with graphical bugs and that sort of stuff kind of get sorted out in the coming updates that are presumed to happen. I feel like that game will be a pretty solid game overall in general, especially since Cold War has just been an utter mess ever since its launch and ever since playing it and everything. Anyway, thank you for letting me rant. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your freaking time with your friends and family. I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.
That's rough.
We can go yellow corner if you wanted to. It's just
this one.
We lost the target.
following you.
Checking heartbeat. Nothing. Upstairs. Hey, Nacho.
14
Here.
grand?
2 plates right here.
Armor here.
And I got more. Oh, I can't grab the satchel. I can't grab the satchel.
Oh, where?
Downstairs. Pinged it.
Here, let me do this. Whoever
Oh
needs.
yeah, good.
Team down
Patty,
below, but right in the
need
house.
some?
Right. What?
You need plates?
Yeah.
There's 3 plates on the ground.
There's a team at the house next to the buy down below. They're fighting someone that's from up top by our side.
He's dead. Oh, yep.
We have to move that way, so I'm gonna swing right and try to shoot
Yeah,
down.
we're gonna go that way? You wanna shoot
I'm
the
swinging right
building?
to shoot down. Stand
Alright.
over here.
Move up my waypoint.
Alright, well we got 9 people
We're
left.
running right side.
9 squads.
Down one, there's 2 right below me.
Going down. Footsteps in this
Yeah,
tent.
footsteps in there.
Got him.
Nice. Buy self.
I got a plate, I'm plating.
Well, cut in your drop cash. Actually, no, I have no cash.
I have a self. Y'all need to buy selves.
Or yeah, Coda needs self. It's not you. If we can swing
Guy
this
just
by.
just right here.
Another
Yeah.
team pass. Moving over here.
Oh, bottom floor of that building.
We gotta move to the right though.
Mike, you should buy like a kill streak or something.
I got a precision.
You got 17 grand. We'll sweep people off roofs. Bottom floor of this building.
Confirming hostile.
I'm moving the
Actual, I need recon of the area. Over.
kind of open. I hear chests and stuff in there.
Well, there are other rebirth chests, so it's respawn too.
Actual, I need recon of the area. Over.
There's a dude in the truck down here.
We good or are we getting sniped?
No, he's in the back of that fucking truck. Got him.
Nice.
Dude, far left over here.
Tracking enemy.
Good job on the
Be
advance.
advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
I just thought about it and was like, oh, I think we could get one of those.
UAV is bingo fuel.
Got one up top, one up top.
Resupply.
Be advised. Friendly precision aim.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB.
He's dead. Now there's two are in that building.
Down one.
Throwing a grenade.
Got him. Let's go.
Go!
Good job, y'all.
New zone first win.